what's up, guys? How you doing? Andy Suku, founder and CEO of Y2K Credit Solutions. So, today's educational video is about Metro 2. Now, I did a video on Metro 2, what Metro 2 is, how the credit bureau uses it, what it means to the credit bureaus, what it means to the consumer a while back. That video is on our YouTube channel already. So if you want to check it out, that's a more in-depth video. Today's video is a video on Metro 2 because one of our followers sent us a video about Credit Guru, Instagram Credit Guru, talking about Metro 2 compliance and how Metro 2 compliance can take things off the credit report and how he's a Metro 2 compliance guru. That was funny actually when I saw that. And so, you know, I was gonna do a reaction to that actual video, but I'm not gonna waste my time. And the person that did it is just a shit show clown joke, so I'm not gonna waste my time reacting to the video. But I will discuss it and explain to you guys what Metro 2 is versus the FCRA law. All right, but before I get into the video, my video explaining it to you, when a person sent me this Credit Guru's video, you look in the comment, it is so disgustingly sad how much you people are looking for a quick scheme scam or some sort of illegal way to get out of the situation that you're in with your credit and not take responsibility for it. You gotta understand, it's not the bank's fault you're in a situation. And you can't keep blaming it on education and that you weren't taught this. Today, in the day of age, we have Instagram, and all of you guys are sitting on Instagram getting financial advice from Instagram and TikTok. But it was so sad to see how much of you guys really believe any and everything that people talk about on social media without even doing your own research. You have to see in the comments, people like so desperately, hey, send me the letters, teach me how to do it, how does it work, how do I download the letter, when is the next class? Like, it was so pathetic that I can understand why some of you guys will never get out of the situation you're in and you'll be stuck there, while the whole world is passing you by, because the 90% of you that want to do things illegal and fraudulent and try to get things off your credit and not be responsible for your actions, the 10% that's doing it right is just passing you and just laughing at you. It's actually funny, right? But anyway, it was pretty sad, and it's pathetic, right? And to touch on that topic and talk about and add on to my topic of what I'm talking about is that we do a lot of consultations, and if you're gonna follow someone on social media, follow someone that has validity, right? Has good content that's legitimate. Because when I look at some of you guys' credit report, a good handful, let's say 70% of you will never get into prime credit card space because you were so ignorant, so irresponsible. You birthed out a relationship with the major banks, and now you're stuck with Capital One, Credit One, First Premier credit cards. You will never be able to convert back over to that prime credit card because one, you're not ever willing to take responsibility for your actions and fix it the right way. You're trying to defraud the bank, filing all these false police report, FTC reports that this is not your debt, when all the debts have paper trail behind them. Like, you must really think banks are stupid these days and the credit bureaus are stupid, and you must really think that you're smarter than the banks and the credit bureau. I got news flash for you, you're not. All right, they just haven't caught up to you yet. Anyway, enough about that. Let's get into my video about Metro 2. So in the video, this person was talking about he's Metro 2 compliance certified. He knows everything about Metro 2 compliance, and he can get things off your credit report using Metro 2. I'm like, really? Wow. I thought Metro 2 was the language that the credit bureau used to communicate with the creditors, the data furnisher, and the data furnisher communicate with the credit bureaus. That's exactly what it is. Metro 2 is not a law. It's not a way of getting things off your credit report. And actually, if you research the FCRA law, which is public record, and you can Google the latest version of the FCRA law because it was revamped, there's no way in the FCRA law does it even mention Metro 2 compliance or Metro 2 to take things off your credit report. But this guy kept harping that he's Metro 2 compliance certified and Metro 2 can take things off your credit report. It cannot. Metro 2 is the language that the credit bureau, there used to be Metro 1, now we're on Metro 2. It is the language that is used between the credit bureaus and the creditors and vice versa to communicate information when a consumer files a dispute on their credit report. That's all it is. Metro 2 is not the law. And I really wanted to ask this person, can you show me what law Metro 2 says that it takes things off your credit report? But again, I'm not going to waste my time with him. He's not one of those fraudulent gurus on social media. But you guys need to understand, stop listening to all these gurus that's feeding you guys with nonsense and bullshit information, and you're soaking it up like vomit, and you're going to go ahead and try it and it doesn't work. What you don't realize, you're digging yourself in a deeper hole. Because every time you send a letter to the credit bureaus, every time you call the credit bureaus, every time you have some sort of communication with the credit bureaus, it's documented and attached to your file, right? And a lot of you guys are trying to file these false reports, sending it in. 30 days later, the account comes back on your credit report, and you're mad at the person that scammed you and schemed you. You should know better. You should know it's not fraud. Now, the recession is coming. We're in the beginning of it. In about 6 to 8 months, if you've been following the financial market economy, the news, what's talking about, you have a rude awakening for yourself. If you really think if you're already barely making it, if you think you're gonna make it in a recession, you're not. So my advice to you: one, stop listening to all these gurus that's providing all this bullshit information. And the funny thing about it, all these gurus, every single day, they come up with their own new name that doesn't even exist in the credit bureau language that we speak. They come up with a whole new name to make something sounds very, to make themselves sound intellectual, but to make it sound like it's a process, and they have the special sauce. There's no special sauce. The special sauce pay your debt, right? This is why we're not a credit bureau company. We're a debt settlement company. When we settle your debt, we only right to take things off your credit report. There's a difference. Do your research. Okay, but also when someone's giving you information on social media, take it with a grain of salt. Like, go do your own research and stop trying to find a quick scheme or a quick way to get out of your situation. Just take accountability for it and fix it the right way, because you're gonna get yourself in a whole lot of trouble down the line. All right, especially now courts are open up. If you weren't paying rent or your mortgage and you're about to be evicted, listen, you better make sure your credit's right, because that eviction is going to go on your credit report in your tenant screener background. So the only thing you're going to have for you is your credit that's going to probably potentially get you into an apartment, another apartment, if you get evicted out of your house or you lose your house. So stop listening to all these guys that's feeding you bullshit on social media, come up with all these new fancy names, and you're soaking it up like vomit, thinking, oh, it's the new wave, is this how things are done? And they're showing you other people's information. And that's another thing I want to talk about. Listen, you know how many gurus I see recycling our content? Listen, man, if I catch you guys doing it again, I'm going to call you out on it. Stop recycling my content. And if you're going to recycle it, give proper credit where you got it from. All right? But anyway, stop listening to these guys. Metro 2 is the language. It's not a way of getting things off your credit report. Metro 2 is not the law. The FCRA is the law. It has to fall under the FCRA guidelines in order for it to be removed off your credit report. All right, so read FCRA. Instead of scrolling on Instagram looking for quick schemes, Google FCRA and read it yourself so you can see exactly what's going on. If you have any questions about this video, comment, drop it below, and I'll get back to you guys.